Pudge got a kill as well at the same time. Finding empathy, low. The Flayer's hook is gonna land, is gonna pull him all the way in. Hello everybody, welcome to day 5 of casting every day until I become a professional caster. We're hopping straight into a game. I believe the highest rank in this lobby is gonna be rank 3 Immortal. We're jumping just straight into this. I hope you guys have had a fantastic 4th of July if you celebrated. If not, hope you guys are having a great Friday nonetheless. So let's take a look here. Highest rank in this lobby, I believe, is rank... We have a rank 11. So the highest rank is rank 11. We're seeing a featured person, a featured player we've seen before. Let's start with them. Sea of Feelings. If you guys have been watching all my videos, you'll recognize Sea of Feelings. Has been in a couple of them. So we'll start with the dire side. Chaos Knight sitting in the base. Sea of Feelings. Got a Snapfire. Snaking. Very popular player, ranked 207 at the moment, so you probably recognize Snaking. Nyx Assassin, played by Pro. Phoenix is going to be played by Empathy, warding up. We do see some Radiant heroes here. Before I'm even done introducing them, we have Mars, anonymous piece of shit, very nice. And on the Radiant side, we have Pudge, I don't have enemies. End parentheses, end parentheses, end parentheses, end parentheses, end parentheses on Shadow Fiend. Gyrocopter is gonna scout out the Nyx Assassin. He's not scatting them. He's gonna scoot it up and down up. Jason Statham playing the Gyrocopter. I just need to push myself harder. True. A good message for everybody. Go out and have a run today. It's good for you. Makes you feel like shit while you're doing it, but afterwards you'll feel great. Twitch.tv/MallyDodos. On the Enigma, one of my personal favorite heroes. Out of all the heroes in this game, my most played will be Pudge, followed up by Enigma. So I'm excited. Two of my former favorite heroes. We do have a hook landing on Snaking mid, in the mid lane. I don't think he's playing mid. I believe it is a Nyx Assassin mid. And a position 1 Chaos Knight. On the Radiant side, we're going to see the core Gyrocopter come out with the classic IO. Now what I'm hoping to see is a active IO, an IO that harasses, takes damage, tanks a little bit, heals a little bit. A lot of the times I see an IO Gyrocopter or an IO core, and the problem that happens is the IO is very inactive in the lane. So I hope we can just show you guys what an active IO can look like. We have the hook with the Flayer's hook facet landing on Sea of Feelings. Does not do a whole lot of damage level 1 at that range, but Jason Statham taking a lot of damage. Looks like he's taking overtime from Empathy. Anonymous piece of shit hitting him with 1 or 2. Maybe he's going to land a Sphere of Mars. We might see some kill potential here on the dire side. I'm not so sure about the Radiant right this early in the game. Once they get a couple more levels in Rocket Barrage, we're probably going to see a bit more damage come out on the Radiant side. Let's take a look at last hits and denies. Mid lane, we're being led by the Nyx Assassin, actually. It's a little surprising, but we're going to see a little bit of harass coming in from the Shadow Fiend. Some stats being picked up by our favorite universal type hero. So, top lane, not seeing a whole lot of action. A couple of hooks here and there. We do have the Clarity. He's going to give him online. Hook landing on Sea of Feelings after the Chaos Bolt, stunning MallyDodos. Bring him low on HP. Bottom tower. Looks like Jason Statham taking the creeps under his control. Anonymous piece of shit pulling his creeps under the tower to farm. Shadow Fiend hoping to catch up to the Nyx Assassin, landing a good solid amount of denies. We do have 5 denies on the Shadow Fiend versus the Nyx Assassin. So we have First Blood coming in. A little bit of a spoiler on the Enigma. So all chat from Snaking. Pudge moving in forward. Doesn't have mana for hooks, so he's just gonna rot. The Reality Rift into the Chaos Bolt is gonna bring MallyDodos up close and personal to the Chaos Knight, but I don't have enemies. He's gonna rot him and right click him down. And with the Eidolon damage, he's gonna follow under the tower, but I'm not sure if this is a really good idea, because you're just gonna die. Level 1 rot is not that good, ladies and gentlemen. Let it be known, it does 30 damage to yourself as well, with a very low movement slow. We're going to see a Reality Rift with the Chaos Bolt. It's going to bring MallyDodos back into the enemy front line. It's not where he's sitting super comfortable. The scatter blast is going to do a lot of damage. Now it's level 2, so it's going to do even more damage. The bracer pickup, I would like to see him grab a little bit of regen, but it looks like he's just going to continue grabbing stats. Ooh. There it is. And that damage from the facet's going to take him down. Bottom lane, we're seeing the heroes meeting together. Snake King making their way bottom, potentially using the Twin Gate action or TPing. Looks like we're going to see a dive. The Spear of Mars is going to miss, but the Scatter Blast is going to slow them down just in time for everybody to do their overtime damage. The Rocket Barrage is not going to be enough to deter the enemy heroes from pushing further. Secure a little bit of farm, but they're going to be scouted on the ward. Snapfire Cookie is going to land. The Scatter Blast and the Spear of Mars, not going to stun, but it's going to do a lot of damage. The Flare's Hook is going to bring him down to the low ground, and it's going to be enough to right-click him down, earn another Flesh Heap for the Pudge. Jason Statham, not happy about that last death. Rocket Barrage is not going to land anything on the Mars, but the homing missile is going to connect. Flare's Hook is coming online in about a second here, and it's going to completely whiff. Sorry if you guys hear my dog barking in the background. Chaos Knight is going to Reality Rift, but the Chaos Bolt's not going to connect. Snapfire Cookie is going to stun the Enigma. Chaos Bolt to follow, rank 2. I don't know how you would call that out, but does 2. And then the bottom lane, we did see, or is that, where did that happen? Pudge got a kill as well at the same time. Finding Empathy, low. The Flare's Hook is going to land, is going to pull him all the way in. Full range Flare's Hook, level 2, 18% damage for the distance traveled is quite a bit of damage, especially with the low HP pools that we're seeing on the heroes this early in the game. That's a lot of damage. It does scale for quite a long time in the game. It's personally my favorite way to play Pudge right now. It's honestly probably the most fun he's ever been. Enigma getting the Snapfire Cookies into the Chaos Bolt under the tower is going to see rotation for the Shadow Fiend. Rot's coming in on Sea of Feelings. Sea of Feelings is going to be slowed and not going to be able to kill the Enigma. But we're seeing a Nyx Assassin. Vendetta, invisible, not scouted. The Sentry Ward goes down just too late. He's going to get popped. The Enigma going down. Damage blocked by the rain drop. But he's going to take so much damage from the tower. He's going to get off scot-free, scoring himself a kill on the Enigma, who's not been having a great game. A lot of low heroes on the Dire side. Rocket Barrage is not going to be enough to bring him down. He's going to get the God's Rebuke into the Spear of Mars combo, and he's just going to go down. Jason Statham leaving alone his IO. He's going to run the Scatter Blast at full range, doing the most damage from Snake King, and then the right click from Anonymous Piece of Shit is going to bring him down. Enigma hoping to catch up in this game. This is the issue that I've been having. I think Enigma is super strong right now. Sea of Feelings getting hit by the Flare's Hook is going to be brought down by the Shadow Rays. And as I was saying about Enigma, I feel such a great advantage state as a hero, but in his disadvantage state, it can be so hard to catch up. You need those levels in the demonic summoning. The Eidolons are going to help you push, but while you're doing that, take a look at the Dire side. So he's able to farm top, sure, willy-nilly, get some neutrals, push the tower, but we're seeing 4 heroes stopping the Radiant Cores from farming. Gyrocopter being caught from the Arena of Mars. The Spear is going to connect on the IO, and both heroes are going to get hit by the wall, and they're just going to get brought down from a single ult. Overtime done by Empathy as well, of course, but Spear of Mars and the Arena is going to do the major cusp of damage here. Full range scatter shot. We're seeing the Pudge potentially going for the Flare's Hook. Is going to land on Snake King. Did use the Snapfire Cookie. He does not have it for escape. Chaos Bolt's going to land on the Pudge. Reality Rift is going to pull him a little bit away. Snake King surviving with 1 HP. The egg's coming out and the Pudge is going to die. Not the outcome I was expecting. I was expecting the Snapfire to die, considering no Snapfire Cookie for escape. They're immediately going to smoke. Where are they going to go? I'm bringing back this bit from episode 1. If you've been watching every single episode of these so far since day 1, do let me know in the comments. Snake King, low HP, ferrying out a healing salve. The Sentry's going to scout this ward. See if the Feelings going to go pop that for you from the smoke. But we do see a smoke coming from the Radiant side. It's going to break from the Sea of Feelings. They know he's there. The Hook is going to cancel the TP into the Dismember, and the 2 Shadow Raises are going to connect, and the damage to Sea of Feelings is going to be too much. Look, meanwhile in the bottom lane, Jason Statham being caught by the Nyx Assassin, the Vendetta into the stun. He's going to go down. Snapfire kisses from across the map, but at the same time, an honest piece of shit going a little bit too deep is going to die to the Shadow Fiend, rewarding a double kill, and now it's on a dominating kill streak. Empathy landing the Fire Spirits, doing damage. The double Nyx Assassin stun is level 4 Impale is going to pretty much be a rampage. The ult's going to come out from the Shadow Fiend. It's not going to be enough to deter them away. And the IO ult's going to come just a little bit too late. However, he could grab Jason Statham. Jason Statham actually is just TPing. Immediately going to get pinged. Hey, do you not want to help me out here? Jason Statham saying, nah, dude, you're on your own. TP's back in from the ult. Dodges the Scatter Blast. No slow is going to be coming in. They're going to continue to dive the tower, though. No rotations from the Radiant side. Nyx Assassin. No Impale is going to connect. We are seeing 4 Dire heroes in the bottom lane. This tower is going to go down very swiftly. And this is what I was talking about. Melitodos grabbing the Vladimirs. Not exactly able to contribute to these team fights quite yet. Does have the black hole online, but it's so hard to connect when you have 5 heroes on the enemy team that, I mean, each one of them could potentially cancel the black hole without that BKB. Nyx Assassin scouting Jason Statham, farming in the jungle. The Scatter Blast is going to connect. Impale with a Vendetta attack. Excuse me, Gyrocopter ult's going to land on 3. Oh my god, I keep having hiccups. The egg is going to come through. They're going to start right-clicking it down. There's no stuns left. Flare's Hook's going to bring the Nyx Assassin in. The right clicks are enough to bring down the egg, and the Nyx Assassin is going to go down to the Dismember. Did not pop his spiked Carapace, so he is just going to die to the... We're seeing a Haze Strewn on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Raise number 1 is going to land on Snake King. Shadow Raise number 2 is going to miss. Seeing a little bit of zoning from the Mars. I'm enjoying these Flare's Hooks. They are absolutely striking my dopamine receptors in every good way. I might start shaking soon if this keeps up. Hook's gonna land on the Nyx Assassin. Spike Carapace is gonna stun him right away, but the Arena coming from behind had no idea with Snake King's artillery gonna do so much damage to the both of them. What happened while I was gone? We missed the black hole, but it doesn't look like it landed on anybody. Pudge fighting off a little bit more than he can chew. He's gonna dismember the Nyx, and it's not gonna be enough to heal him. 3 heroes beating him down. 4 enemies to the Shadow Fiend. Spear of Mars is going to bring him into the back line of the enemy team. Snapfire Cookie is going to land on 2 because IO flies in. And the Phoenix Sun. IO is going to start DPSing down. Is he going to get it? He was 1 hit away. The Mars teasing the deny as well. That IO with the overcharge actually almost taking out Empathy before he goes down. Enigma being scouted in the triangle. Courier dead. Midas on the Phoenix, potentially. Sea of Feelings been farming this whole time. Let's compare his net worth to the Gyro, who has been farming. Net worth is Y. Learning all the buttons. Oh my god, I missed a kill. Valley Dote. Hey you. Yeah, you. You can stop folding your laundry for just a moment, or put your fork down, or continue eating. Honestly, I really have no preference, but one thing I do have a preference for is whom and which you're subscribed to. If you do not mind clicking the subscribe button down below, I would love to have you as a subscriber of mine. Thank you for watching my videos, and have a pleasant day. Waiting for the Wisdom Rune. Misses the Spear of Mars, but with 2 heroes just right-clicking you down, what can you do? Top net worth is actually the Mars, who's been the most active in this game. I've seen him in pretty much every fight concerning the Dire. Farming waves, keeping his mana up, using regen, and has the resources from his team. We have the arcane boots and stuff. 2 arcane boots with an arcane ring. No wonder this guy hasn't run out of mana. 2 arcane rings. I think we're noticing a consistent trend of why this item was nerfed. If you don't know, the item was nerfed, but it was the mana regen, not the active. Mars making his way bottom. Jason Statham showing in the creep wave. Mars also showing. IO ult's gonna bring them in the mid lane where Pudge was dying to the Snapfire Kisses. Nyx Assassin has the homing missile coming. The Rocket Barrage is gonna connect. The stun's gonna land from the homing missile. We see a God's Rebuke landing on 2. The Icarus Dive is gonna land on 3. Necro, what's this called? Requiem of Souls gonna push them back a little bit, but he's gonna die to the overtime. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin dying to the Flare's Hook bot. Flare's Hooks are coming online. It was the potential. Let's see. Any spells gonna land? We have the Fireflies going out. Flare's Hook's gonna land on the Mars, gonna bring him down to about half HP. The Dismember coming through. Snake King, Snapfire Kiss is gonna miss, but the Chaos Bolt from Chaos Knight's gonna land and is gonna kill the Enigma. 2-man's God's Rebuke. Rocket Barrage not doing enough against the illusions. The fire damage from the Phoenix is gonna come in once he's out of the egg. No stun's gonna land, but the Spear of Mars is gonna land on the IO, and they're going to just bring him down. We're seeing an 8k net worth lead on the Dire. This Mars absolutely taking over the match. My golly gee willikers, what is going on inside this guy's brain? This was today's breakfast. We had a... And Birdie was trying to guess what I was making. I forgot about the there's a photo of me with my hand in my pants. Because she saw this one, it was like nice feet, and I said, thanks. This is allowed on Twitch now. That's my hand, by the way, not my I don't have a
For real.
I forgot about that. We're seeing the disadvantaged state on the Enigma continue. Being near the bottom of the net worth, there is a support in this match with more net worth than him. He needs to farm this Blink Dagger. I think we need a big black hole to come back from this game. It's got to have Phoenix in it. It's got to have Chaos Knight in it. It's got to have Mars in it. That's for sure. Dire Hero is just continuing to farm on the Radiant side of the map. We have a shield rune on the Nyx Assassin, who is invisible. Hook's gonna save Jason Statham. We have the Spirit Vessel and the Spirit Vessel scatter shot and all that landing on the gyrocopter. Sorry guys, I'm a little hungover. So I'm just having a little bit of trouble here. Dismember, Reality Rift and Dismember, he already has the illusion summoned. Pudge is just gonna get destroyed by the damage. Overwhelmed by the physical damage, he only has 3 armor and the Hood of Defiance. Let's take a look here. What do we have going on in the map? We have 3 Dire Heroes leading the net worth. That's usually when we see the game about to end. Blink, God's Rebuke. No Spear of Mars on the Shadow Fiend just yet. He's going to dance. He's going to ult. He's going to try to dodge the spear. The spear's going to land. The Snake King ult's coming in from across the map. Artillery's going to bring down the Shadow Fiend, but the last hit's going to be rewarded to the Mars. He's just going to dance his heart away. The Dagon is online. These heroes are scouted by the Dire. Oh, we might see a chase action here. Cue the chase music. That's not the chase music. Bottom lane. Spear landing on the Enigma. Pudge potentially going for a Flayer's Hook. Not going to land on the Phoenix. Is just going to Icarus dive away. Going to mention that this IO has been exactly as proactive as I was mentioning before, and that's what we need in this game. We are seeing the heroes still scouted on here. The Pudge scouted on the ward. Blink, God's Rebuke, the Icarus dive, the slow, the scatter shot, and the Snapfire cookies. All going to be enough to bring down this Pudge in very quick fashion. Pink, Mars drawing a circle in the triangle. It says, I know where my next target's going to be. Is the gyrocopter going to be able to escape? Nyx Assassin walking through high ground, scouting for vision, finds the gyrocopter. The Impale's going to land on 2. The Dagon and the ult's not going to be enough to bring him down, though. The Mechanism's going to bring him back to full HP, pretty much. With the Rocket Barrage is going to bring him down, but the Mars ult with the spear is going to impale him into the wall, and he's going to take so much damage. He bit off just a little bit more than he could chew. He thought he could bring down this Nyx, but little did he know the Mars was right behind him. God's Rebuke's going to slow down the IO. I just need to push myself together. Oh no, he's gonna get stunned right into the tiniest little trees on the Radiant side of the river. Meanwhile, Enigma, Egg, and Beam is not gonna kill him, but the high five's gonna come out and he's just gonna TP out. Says, well, you used Egg. Pudge, Scatter Shot, Snapfire Cookie. The Dagon and the God's Rebuke is just going to be enough to kill him. Before that stun's even done, the Spear of Mars wasn't even needed to be thrown. I really want to see a comeback on this Radiant side right here. This would be one of the most epic comebacks of all time. But he's going to get... Enigma's going to get scouted by the invisible Nyx Assassin, and the Snapfire kisses coming from across the map from the triangle. Nyx is going to TP into safety before the Radiant heroes are able to punish him. 3 heroes farming the exact same spot on the map. He makes it safer. Blink, Arena of Mars is gonna miss. We have a gem pickup from Snapfire. It's gonna scout the lane wards there. Radiant side. Let's see how invisible these enemies are. So this is what they see right now. It's very risky to just leave the base. You have no idea where these Dire heroes could be. Meanwhile, on the Dire side of the map,
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
we're seeing a whole lot of vision in this jungle, not being scouted at all. Pudge is going to be scouted instantly. The ult's going to come out from Chaos Knight. He's going to melt down the Pudge with a bunch of physical damage. Shadow Fiend showing his beautiful little face. He's going to get Reality Rifted into a Chaos Bolt onto the tier 2 tower. Crits are going to be coming in from the illusions, and it's going to be enough to bring him down. Meanwhile, top heroes converging on the Radiant carry. Ult's going to come in from the Gyrocopter. The Rocket Barrage is on cooldown. He did use it already. The homing missile is not going to connect. He's going to go down. Spear of Mars is going to stun him against the wall. The Impale to follow up with the Dagon. And the, what is this called now? Mind Flare with the God's Rebuke. Meanwhile, we do almost have the Blink online with the level 2 Black Hole. This 150 plus pure damage per second could be what we need. Melidotos, I want you to know that I'm a believer. Please, let me know what you're thinking in that brilliant mind of yours. What is going on inside his brain? Okay! Yellow drawing a line saying, team, get to bottom. The enemy team is on their way. This is correct. The Radiant did scan the Dire moving towards the bottom lane with this ward. He says, I've got a blink. Let's smoke. Let's do this. I'm so ready for it. Get him. Level 11 though. Does not have it. Says, fight me. Blinks away into safety. The smoke is going to reveal. Next assassin is going to break their smoke. Impale's going to land after the right click. Snapfire Cookies is going to connect on Jason Statham. The Mind Flayer, or the Flayer's Hook, is going to land on the IO instead. It's not going to save Gyrocopter. Oh no. That's a disaster hook right there. We have a stun coming from Enigma onto the Mars, but it's not going to provide anything. The Flayer's Hook, the IO blocked the hook from the Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Snaking was ready to follow up with it, so even though if he did get hooked, he was still going to take damage from the Snapfire, but I don't know if the Pudge has a shard yet, which he does not, nor does he have that Glimmer Cape, so I don't think he could have saved him. They're going to little shredder this tower down. They're going straight up to the high ground. So the Radiant heroes have not been able to touch me this whole game, what makes me think that they can now see. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we do have the Arena coming in from the Mars with the Egg, and the Beam is going to take down the Shadow Fiend, and then eventually the IO is going to follow after. I mean, what is he going to do? The Black Hole landing on 2. We have the Snaking caught in the Black Hole. They have the pipe coming in through. They just remember, they're not going to be able to bring him down. Snaking dropping to low HP, it might drop the gem. It's not going to be enough. He didn't have enough follow-up. The Pudge damage is not enough. He does not have eggs or anything. The Dismember's not even going to hold him down for that long because the Gyrocopter is going to run in, and he's immediately going to get Reality Rifted into a Chaos Bolt. He's going to die and immediately call Go Throne. That is game, ladies and gentlemen. The Black Hole landing on 2, but not enough follow-up. Not a single hero dying on the Dire side. Reality Rift! He's gonna get Reality Rift out of the fountain, and he's gonna go down. GG's to the Dire. Very well played by the Mars. Thank you guys for watching the casting portion of this video. I am just going to talk a little bit about what I noticed in this game and what I think this could help improve my games in the future as well. The first thing I want to talk about is the difference between the Radiant and the Dire offlaners. Now, it's very clear if you just look at the stats, 10k net worth ahead, 10 more kills, 6 less deaths. The Mars clearly out for blood with the blood sport. Sure, but where did it go wrong? And I think initially is what I was talking about in the casting itself. We look right here at the 10-minute mark. We're seeing 0 and 3 and 3 and 1. As I mentioned during the casting portion of this video, there was a clear disadvantage state and an advantage state by both heroes. Now, it is very unfortunate for the Radiant that having an Enigma offlane not have a pleasant lane leads to an Enigma in the disadvantage state. And I want to talk about advantage states and disadvantage states just really briefly. If you're not very familiar with that terminology, it's very much used in like fighting games, and I think it can also be used in strategy games such as Dota 2, because you have an Enigma who's behind, gets a late Vladimir's, which leads into a late Guardian Greaves, which leads into a late Blink Dagger, which means he's not joining fights early. And on the flip side, you have a Mars who's in the advantage state with the support from his team is going to allow him to sustain his mana and just keep fighting. Now, Mana is a big issue with the hero. Buys the Soul Ring, but I honestly almost think that the Soul Ring wasn't even necessary. He had how many Arcane Boots? He had an Arcane Ring, Arcane Boots, which this could have been another Arcane Ring, okay? Arcane Boots, and then obviously nothing from Sea of Feelings, but like, you can see right there that there's a lot of sustain for their Mars. We have the Mars with unlimited sustain in the mana. The HP is not really an issue. He has 2 bracers, going to give him a lot of health regen. He just doesn't really take damage from creeps, so he can farm the jungle and remain online the entire time with his mana sustained. That's like the advantage state, just continuously fighting. He has a low cooldown ultimate. It's like, at level 1, what is it? At level 1, it's 100 seconds. So almost online every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, which is, everybody's going to be respawned by then. Wait, don't tell me I lost my... What? I lost the stats, but I don't need the stats to conclude what I was saying. Meanwhile, so we have the Mars, who is in the advantage state, able to cast his spells on repeat, and he's just going to keep engaging in fights. He's going to keep smoking. He's going to keep fighting, snaking, following right behind him, with a great synergy with Mars. Spear of Mars into a Arena of Mars, and then from across the map, we've seen it time and time again from seemingly the other lane, snaking in the triangle, shooting all the way to the Tormentor with Snapfire Kisses, as so much damage is going to take down any Radiant heroes. And at the same time, Enigma, in the disadvantaged state, does not find himself creating any space for his team. And I wouldn't say it's exactly his fault that the game came to a loss, but you see the clear difference in offlaner's tempo when the offlaner is in an advantage state and in a disadvantaged state, and what hero you're playing could absolutely affect this advantage or disadvantage state, because some heroes do not necessarily fall victim to a disadvantaged state, such as just the first hero that comes to my mind. I feel like a hero like Viper can really come back in a disadvantaged state. Now, I know it's not a very popular opinion, but like, with a high damage ultimate ability that isn't difficult to land, such as Viper Strike, you could easily find yourself a pickoff just by casting your ultimate. Even if you die for it, you're getting a kill for your team. Meanwhile, Enigma, with 5 enemy heroes that can cancel his black hole, definitely needs the Blink BKB in order to successfully provide a great team fight for his team. While he's in the disadvantaged state, he's going for the Vladimirs, and he's going for these items that are good for a team fight, they're good for farming, and they're good for his Eidolons, and they have great synergy, yes, but I genuinely think you should have skipped the Vladimirs and gone Brown Boots Blink, and just try to get a 2-man black hole while the team is split. There was a couple of times in this entire game where the team was split, and the only time he was able to black hole them while they were split off was when they were all the way at Radiant tier 3. You're already at the tier 3 tower. If the dire team is so confident to split 2 heroes to take the high ground, I believe it is already too late for you to have your impact in the game. Going forward, I would like you guys to consider where you are in the game. Are you in the advantage state? Are you in a disadvantage state, or somewhere in the middle? It's not always as clear and concise. You're never really knowing without knowing where the enemy heroes are, and sometimes it can be really hard to gauge, especially if some heroes are hiding their items, or you're just not really paying attention to what they're buying. And if they're already blinked, they have a blink, and they blink on you and kill you, now you know they have a blink, you're already in the disadvantage state, because they just blinked on you and killed you, and you're 400 gold away from your blink. Now you're 600 gold away from your blink, and you're dead. You can't farm. I mean, you could just look at the items that the heroes need to buy to be online and see how far away from that they are, and then the enemy team capitalizing on the fact that they are so far away from their goal. Thank you guys for watching today's Dota casting video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned a lesson. Please keep leaving comments. I really love to respond to them, and I will feature, I know I forgot to feature a comment of the day yesterday, but I won't forget today. And I appreciate you guys for sticking around and all the support you guys have been giving me. It really has been motivating me to wake up and keep making these videos before I go to work. So I appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a fantastic Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, you. Yeah, you there. Whatever you're doing, just subscribe. What was I going to say? Hey, you. Yes, you. Do you like nouns? I do think... Hey, you. Yes, you right there. Are you into nouns? No, I'm not talking about person, place, or thing. Hey, you. Yeah, you. You wouldn't want to listen to the guy wearing the verbs t-shirt, would you? You know, being subscribed is quite the adjective.